Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2019 or Pokemon Journeys the Series anime video. In this video I wanted to talk about the special preview that was released on April 1st, the day of the anime's 25th anniversary. Now I was surprised when I saw that they released yet another special preview, since we got one a little over a week ago and we got another one about 2 weeks ago, so they are really going all out with the special previews. I guess that this should not be surprising since, like I said, April 1st was the 25th anniversary of the anime. To commemorate the occasion, we got 2 episodes on the same day, so they had to build up the hype for these 2 episodes with a special preview just for them. They also had to generate excitement for the other episodes that are coming soon, such as episodes 105 and 108, with separate special previews, one of which was fittingly released on the day of the anniversary, as an additional cherry on top of the 2 episodes we got on the same day, to maximize the hype for the anime's special day. So yeah, while it is surprising that they have released so many special previews recently, it does make sense that they would do this. But now let's get to the main topic of the video, the special preview released on April 1st, which showcases episodes 106, 107, 108, and it also shows episodes beyond these 3. Though at this point, we don't know what episodes these are going to be. Episodes 106, 107, and 108 were revealed weeks ago alongside their titles, and I did already make a video on episode 108 since it is the only interesting one of the 3. I will leave a link to the previous video that I made on episode 108 in the description below and at the end of this video, so that you can go watch that video if you haven't already, since that video has information that this one does not. So, let's get to it, shall we? Now I will avoid talking about episode 105, which is shown in this special preview as well, since the previous video I made on episode 108 also covers episode 105, and I also made a video on the actual preview of episode 105. I will also avoid talking about episodes 106 and 107, because again, they are not that interesting. So I want to begin by talking about episode 108, since I don't have to set the scene for this episode, because I already did this in my previous video on it. Therefore, I can just talk about the new information that the special preview reveals about this episode. The preview shows Ash's Lucario Mega Evolved and Ash's Greninja together. At first, I thought that they were battling each other, since Lucario seems to take a swing at Greninja who fights back. But upon looking a little closer, I realized that Lucario and Greninja are attacking a root of negative energy, which are the reason why Ash released Greninja in the first place. So Greninja is still working diligently to rid the Kalos region of the aftermath caused by Team Flare's plan. I guess that Ash and Go might travel to the Kalos region in this episode to investigate something relating to the negative energy spread throughout the Kalos region, and this is how Ash reunites with Greninja, who is still working to track down and destroy all the negative energy. Ash decides to help Greninja, and Ash has Lucario help, since Lucario can probably also track the negative energy, because of Lucario's unique ability to sense aura. So Lucario and the Greninja end up working together. Now the title of episode 108 is Lucario and Greninja, the Aura of Destiny. In my previous video on this episode I said that Greninja might train Lucario in the use of Aura, hence the Aura of Destiny part of the title. But now I think that this Aura of Destiny part refers to the fact that both Greninja and Lucario can track the negative energy because of their unique ability that is related to Aura, which means that they are capable of helping the Kalos region recover. It is their destiny to save Kalos. Back in episode 139 of the XY series, or episode 46 of the XY and C series, which is the episode in which Ash released the Greninja, Ash reminded Greninja of what Professor Sycamore said, that it's no coincidence that Ash and Greninja met. It's no coincidence that they ended up having such a unique power, that both of these things were meant to happen. So Ash was basically telling Greninja, your destiny is and has always been to save the Kalos region. This is why I think that the title of episode 108 refers to Lucario and Greninja's shared fate, which they have because of their shared ability. This means that Greninja might not help Lucario get stronger like I thought, or at least not directly like I thought. Perhaps in the process of destroying the negative energy, Greninja will teach Lucario a thing or two, or Lucario will learn a thing or two from Greninja. In any case, it will be great to see Lucario and Greninja battling it together. And I hope that Greninja gets to transform into Ash Greninja. It would be amazing to see Mega Lucario and Ash Greninja battle together. The special preview does not show Greninja transformed, but it does show a scene where Ash and Greninja are floating in this dark blue void. And they are both surrounded by a light blue aura. They are probably communicating via aura. This might help them reconnect their bond, which will allow Greninja to transform. So, hopefully we do get to see Ash Greninja in this episode. Moving on, the preview shows Ash and Lucario in the wild area of the Galar region, walking towards Windon, which looks kind of dilapidated and abandoned. I really wonder what this is about. My first thought was that this might be the anime adapting the post-game of Sword and Shield, but there really isn't anything that suggests that this is the case. So yeah, not much to say about this part of the preview, but it is interesting, so I still decided to talk about it. Next, the preview shows Pikachu using Iron Tail. What caught my attention here is what's behind Pikachu, which appears to be a giant Haxorus statue, with its mouth open. Now this made me think of the Opelucid Gym, which does have a giant Haxorus statue, but one that looks different from the one in this preview. Also, the illumination in this scene in the preview does look like the illumination of the Opelucid Gym as shown in episode 65 of Pokemon Journeys. The fourth opening of Pokemon Journeys shows that Iris is returning in the future. So could this Haxorus statue have something to do with Iris? Will Ash battle Iris again? This time using Pikachu as one of his Pokemon? It's possible. Maybe Iris has been working hard behind the scenes, and her rank in the World Coronation series is now high enough that she can battle Ash again. Or perhaps they will just have a friendly/training battle. Or they will battle for some other reason. Another scene in the preview shows Ash in what appears to be the same place that Pikachu is battling in. You can even see what appears to be the rest of the Haxorus statue behind Ash. It looks like things are not going well for Ash here, so I do wonder what's happening here. In any case, this scene in the preview is interesting and I wonder if it really has to do with Iris. Moving on, the preview shows Paul. Now it is of course not surprising that Paul will return in Pokemon Journey since the fourth opening of Pokemon Journeys shows Paul. So the preview only confirmed something that we already knew would happen. But still, it is exciting to see Paul outside of the opening, meaning that we get to see him for real. Now the preview does not reveal why Paul is back, or what he will be doing, or what's going on with him in Pokemon Journeys. But I assume and hope that he will battle Ash. I think that it's possible that Paul is in the World Coronation series, and if he does battle Ash, Paul might be in the Master Class since Ash's current rank after defeating Drasna leaves only the Master Class above Ash. In my video predicting who the remaining 4 members of the Master Class are, my main predictions were these 4. But I did add some additional predictions at the end of the video. And one of those predictions was that I could see one of Ash's former rivals in the Master Class. And while I only mentioned Alon, since he is the likeliest candidate in my eyes, I did think of Paul as well. And Paul is the second likeliest candidate in my opinion. Though I did not mention him in the video so that the video did not end up being any longer. If Paul is indeed in the Master Class, then I was not too far off the mark with my prediction. Now I did say in my review of episode 100 that I wonder if someone that is not in the Master Class can get into the Master Class without defeating someone that is in the Masters 8, provided that their rank is high enough, like say the rank that Ash is in now. If Ash defeats whoever is in rank 10 for example, can Ash get into the Master Class like this? It's possible, meaning that Paul could be in the Ultra Class instead, ranked just below Ash. All of Ash's Ultra Class battles thus far have been against trainers ranked higher than him, so Ash could also battle someone ranked lower than him. Meaning that it is possible that Ash could still battle Paul even if Paul is just in the Ultra class. Or it would also be cool if Ash drops one rank because Paul rises to the rank that Ash is currently in. And then Ash has to battle Paul to get his rank back. I could see this happening as well. But yeah, not much else to say here since Paul is in the preview for like a second. Next, the preview shows that Suicune will reappear soon. In the preview, Suicune is seen on a hill overlooking Ash, Chloe, Go, and their Pokemon, who are standing next to a pond or something like this that is dried up. Also, the water below appears to be polluted. Given that Suicune goes around restoring bodies of water, perhaps there is a drought or something like this, alongside some sort of pollution. And while investigating this, Ash, Chloe, and Go run into Suicune, who is in the area to restore the water. Given that another scene in the preview shows Go saying alright or something like this while it rains around him, I think that this prediction is not far off. We have not seen Go Suicune since episode 53, which is the episode in which Go caught Suicune. So I guess that since it has been so long, they decided that to bring a Suicune back. Since it feels like Go catching a Suicune meant nothing, since Suicune has done nothing for Go thus far. Though I doubt that Suicune will join Go for good, even though Go could use the power of a legendary Pokemon for future Project Mew endeavors that involve other legendary Pokemon, since Suicune would make things too easy for Go. And speaking of Project Mew, the preview also shows Horace and his Gardevoir, with Go and his Inteleon. They are all in some ruins, or in an old dilapidated building, or in some place like this. And they all run away from a group of Coughing and Jumpluff. I think that it is safe to assume that Go and Horace are in the middle of another mission for Project Mew here. Though I can't say what the mission is going to be, judging only by what the preview shows. It is not surprising that Horace will return since, in episode 102 he appeared and he revealed that he is in Project Mew. So I knew that we would surely see him again in the future. Moving on, the preview very briefly shows a Dragonite battling a Garchomp. I assume that this is Ash's Dragonite, especially since it is using what appears to be Draco Meteor. As for the Garchomp, well, the obvious answer is that this is Cynthia's Garchomp, which is the first thing that came to my mind. This Garchomp in the preview is seen using what appears to be Dragon Claw, a move that Cynthia's Garchomp has used in Pokemon Journeys. So does this mean that Ash and Cynthia will battle each other soon? It's possible, though the question is, why will they battle? The obvious answer is that they will battle because of the World Coronation series. Like I said earlier, Ash's next opponent will likely be in the Master Class, so Ash's next opponent might be Cynthia. I do have my doubts, however, because of the place where Dragonite and the Garchomp are battling, which is an empty field next to a lake or river. An official battle of the World Coronation series, especially one that involves someone in the Master Class, would surely take place in a stadium. So if Ash is indeed battling Cynthia here, then I doubt that it's an official battle. They might be having a practice battle or something like this. My other theory is that this might be Professor Sycamore's Garchomp. Professor Sycamore might appear in episode 108 since it is set in the Kalos region, and it has to do with Greninja and the safety of the region as a whole. Professor Sycamore's Garchomp also knows Dragon Claw, though I don't see why Ash would battle Professor Sycamore. It's also possible that Ash will battle someone new that happens to have a Garchomp. Now, if this is indeed Ash versus Cynthia, then I am beyond excited for this, of course. But if it's one of the other two possibilities, then I am less excited, but still excited. I also do want to mention two more things here. The area where Dragonite and the Garchomp are battling is surrounded by trees. Paul has trees behind him, so I wonder, could this Garchomp belong to Paul? It's possible, especially since the scene that shows Dragonite battling a Garchomp plays right after we see Paul in the preview. Paul is from the same generation that Garchomp is from, so I could see him with a Garchomp, meaning that Paul will battle Ash in an unofficial battle, since again, I don't see an official World Coronation Series battle between trainers ranked high taking place outdoors like this. The second thing I wanted to mention is that the preview shows Ash and his Pokemon Journeys party, greeting or saying farewell to someone. And they are surrounded by trees. Since Greninja and Lucario are seen in a forest, this scene might be of Ash introducing his Pokemon Journeys team to Greninja, or they might be saying goodbye to Greninja here. So maybe Dragonite vs Garchomp takes place in the same episode. So this Garchomp belongs to Professor Sycamore or to someone new. Basically what I am trying to say is that the presence of trees in all these scenes that I just discussed tells me that some of these scenes might take place in the same episode. However, while watching this video to make sure that everything is in order, I remembered while watching this scene of Garchomp and Dragonite battling over and over again that you can tell if a Garchomp is female or male by looking at the fin Garchomp has on its back. A notched fin means that the Garchomp in question is male. This Garchomp in the preview has a notched fin, meaning that it is male. Cynthia and Professor Sycamore's Garchomp are both female, so this Garchomp in the preview does not belong to either of them, so it either belongs to Paul or to someone new. Since the video is already done at this point, I decided to add this as a post-production correction, instead of going back to change this entire section. Next, the preview shows Ash's Pokemon Journeys team together with Ash's Alola Pokemon. So Ash and Go will return to Alola soon, and Ash will reunite with his Pokemon from the Alola region. Now this is not really surprising since the fourth opening revealed that this will happen. Also, I do want to point out that it's funny that Ash's Alola Pokemon and Lucario seem to be hyped up about something, while Dragonite, Gengar, and Sirfetch'd are like, what's going on here? This should be an exciting episode and I can't wait to see it. Finally, I do want to mention some of the things that are said throughout the preview, most of which are aligned with scenes that seem to match what is said. This is based entirely on what I understand, so I will not include any that I don't understand completely. First, the narrator says when the preview begins that the story is reaching its climax, that Ash and Go's destiny is on the move. This means that we are getting to the climax of Pokemon Journeys, meaning that this series will be entering its final phase soon. Which is not surprising, since Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be released near the end of this year. So the new series based on these new games will start at the same time, meaning that Pokemon Journeys will end just before then. Assuming, of course, that Pokemon Journeys does end. I did make a video months ago discussing why I thought that Pokemon Journeys might continue for years, though the main story of Pokemon Journeys will surely end before Scarlet and Violet. Next, Ash says we want to get stronger, and the scene that plays during this is Ash surrounded by aura. So Ash is probably referring to himself and Lucario when he says we, and he is probably saying this to Greninja, meaning that Greninja will likely help Ash and Lucario get stronger as expected. Next, Ash says defeating Leon is my current objective. Several scenes play while Ash says this. Leon is seen being interviewed on the screen of Ceres Institute, so we might get another episode where Leon has a big role. The moment where Pikachu is seen using Iron Tail also plays, so Ash might be talking to whoever is his opponent in this battle, and the scene that shows Paul is also shown, so maybe Ash is telling Paul what his current objective is. Next, Go says something along the lines of when you are apart, your strong feelings will just get stronger and they will still form a bond, or they will still manage to connect. Only scenes involving Greninja are shown while Go says this, so it's obvious what this means. That even though Ash and Greninja have been apart for so long, their strong bond still found a way to endure, and it brought them together once again. Finally, Ash says we won't give up till the end. You and I can do this. Several scenes play here, but the one that really matches what Ash says is the scene where Ash Mega Evolves Lucario. So it's clear that they are trying desperately to save the Kalos region against all odds. They won't give up and they will fight until the bitter end, despite everything that is stacked against them. But yeah, that's everything I have for you in this video. The future is sure looking bright for Pokemon Journeys, and I can't wait to see all the amazing episodes that will be airing soon. When we get more information on any of them and or when their individual previews air, you can be sure that I will make additional videos on all these episodes. And once they air, I will surely upload video reviews for them. So please look forward to all of these videos. But that's the video, as always. Leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Also, please consider clicking the links on screen so that you can check out more videos like this right away. Thank you very much for watching and let's meet again in the next video.